Good morning. It's a long time since I made a video, I apologise. In this video I'm going to have a chat about all of the notebooks and journals I filled up last year. I'm going to show you my new moon calendar for this year, which is one I get every year, and it's actually a moon calendar, so it's based on the cycles of the moon. And I'm going to talk about the card of the year for this year, which is the wheel. We are in a 10-year. It's 2026, so you add 2 plus a 2 plus a 6. The 0 doesn't count because it's a 0. And it comes to 10. And 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a wonderful card. So my name is Bobby, and this channel is called Ragged Poet. And it's evolved into all kinds of things, but I talk about journaling, writing, mental well-being, how I use tarot to assist me with my day-to-day life and my mental health. And I look at decks, I look at books, and I just ramble a lot about life. So, for the last 2 years I've been doing a challenge, a decluttering challenge, which I have made another video about, and I'll post that somewhere here on this video. And the aim of it was to go through all of my tarot decks and decide which ones I wanted to keep and which ones were going to be on the out. So during that 2-year experiment, I managed to get rid of, I think I probably got rid of maybe 30 decks. To begin with, I made a pile. Decks I was definitely keeping, decks I was pretty sure I was going to get rid of, and then decks I wasn't sure about. So I decided for every week of the year I would use a different deck and work out from that middle pile and work out which ones they were going to go in. And towards the end of the 2 years I started going into the ones that were on the definite out, and I found a couple of real good keepers in there. So I've done that now, and I am done with it because I got really tired of having to change decks every week. It's really hard. Because you get stuck into a deck and you want to, really want to use it. I also wasn't doing that many bigger readings because I was just using so many decks and looking at them and trying to, see what I thought about them. So it takes a lot of energy, but it was really, really worthwhile because I found some favourites. I will round that up in another video, but I did find some favourites. And during that time, I did not get many new decks at all. I think it was less than 5 in 2 years. This was one of them, the Colourful Tarot, which I've also made a video out, which I will also link, by Rebecca Schunecker, and I love it so much, so I knew it was going to be the first deck I used this year. The first card I got was the Empress, I think. Oh, the first card of the year I got from the tarot I was using last week was Strength, which was amazing because I really, really needed it. I've been on a real down low, which is why I haven't made any videos. That and all sorts of other stuff, which I'll talk about. But the Wheel of the Year is the card for 2026, and today I drew the Wheel card from the Colourful Tarot. The Wheel is connected to Jupiter, which is a planet of fortune and good luck and all sorts of things. And Jupiter is also connected to Sagittarius, is I think the ruler of Sagittarius, which is connected to, again, like fortune, long distance travel, which is something that I'm doing this year. That's in the 9th house. It's connected to that as well. It's a wonderful card. I'm really thankful that we're going to get the Wheel card this year because it's not just about, the wheel is like comforting, because when you've got this wheel turning around, you know things are not going to stay the same. No matter how bad things are and or how good they are, you've got to grasp it while you've got it, because things are going to continually be in motion. And it always reminds me of this amazing video that they made for a band called Fleet Foxes. There's a song called White Winter Hymnal. They make these really amazing clay figures. There's a guy and he's turning the wheel. Oh, it's just so cool. And the heavens are going round, like in that old astrology image. The Colourful Tarot, the Wheel for 2026. And I'll put that over there out of the way for now. I've also got out the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye, which is another deck by Rebecca. Their first deck, I believe. And there's the Wheel of Fortune there. Look, that's their version of the Wheel of Fortune. I'm thinking of taking this deck on my travels. I need a small deck, one that I love and one that's not too themed and that's comforting, and I am really considering that one. It's going to be either that one or the Deviant Moon. The Deviant Moon's been on all my travels so far. I might have to take 2 decks because I don't want, I've got some apps on my phone. I just don't want to, have too much going on. Next, so my books for last year. Now, this is ridiculous. So that's my mental health journal. That was a Hobonichi A6 Techo. and that is full up. I've actually gone, because I am so bad, I haven't actually started any of my journals for this year, and it's the 5th of January because life has been absolutely nuts. I've not only been down, but I've been anxious about the trip. I've been not sleeping, and we had a massive storm last week. I've been clearing up after that, blew loads and loads of stuff around the garden. I didn't want to leave a mess when I left. Done the main bit so I could mow. This is my tarot journal from last year, and that will be the same. I've got a Hobonichi for my mental health journey, a little tech show week. So this is that one, just a plain one that has this cover, you know, the plain black cover. That's the one I'm going to be using again next year. And I've got it, as I said. I've been continuing writing in the back pages because my room that I make the videos in and I was packing in have had family and everyone staying in here. And then said we had the storm, and during the storm I've literally had 3 nights in 7 with 0 hours sleep, 0 minutes sleep. 3 days and nights, because I don't ever sleep in the daytime. So for my main journal last year, I had, for the first time, instead of using so this is 2024. All of the previous years I've used a Hobonichi. I've used the cousin. The cousin gets very, very, very fat because I can't stop putting stuff in it. It's just massive. So you can see that, there you go. I'll put a tarot card next to it. There's a card, and that's a bigger, wider than normal card, a square card. This is the 2024 one, as I said, and the previous years were just as bad. So I decided last year to try the Avec, which is exactly the same as the cousin, but you get it in 2 6-month books. The first one was this one, and in January to June, which I thought, you know, it was pretty slimline for me. I thought I did pretty well. I thought I was very restrained in that one. And this is the one I did a lot of astrology in it. I made this a couple of years ago, but I usually print it and stick it in the beginning of each new journal. It's just got all of the basic things, you know. I don't really need them because I know them, but I did it years ago when I was like learning astrology, and it's evolved. So it's just got all of this kind of glyphs of all of the angles, the nodes, the phases, the zodiac, the planets, etc. So I usually put that in the beginning. Then in the monthlies, I have put all of the major transits that are happening in my personal astrology chart. And I did that every month. And then the main things like, you know, the sun moving into Pisces and like Venus moving into Aries, all things like that, I made bigger, bolder. So I do that in there at the beginning. Last year I got this almanac online, a personal almanac, but I don't think I'm going to do that this year because I can just look up the things myself. These are the pages I got from that. It's called the Honeycomb Almanac. It's actually really good, or maybe $20 for a year, and it gives you all of your personal daily transits and ones that apply to you, and you can have Hellenistic astrology and the releasing, zodiac releasing, and added if you want. That was from Toadfoot Tales about Lilith entering Scorpio, and then big shifts coming up. And I did get very excited in July when Jupiter went into Cancer. Was it June? It was actually June, I think. It was June the 9th. Yep, there we go. So Jupiter going into Cancer, June 9th. And that was my big excitement. That was when I really kind of got back into YouTube, or thinking about YouTube. I didn't make videos until, I don't think August, or just September. I put all kinds of things in my journals. You know, I like to put things that are about the day. I like to put a bit of the astrology, and I haven't put much tarot in there because I've got the separate tarot journal. But I just like to talk about anything random, and I put try and keep my mental health stuff to the mental health journal. But random things, and I do appointments and stuff in here as well. But yeah, I just kind of put all kinds of things in. Reminders, like the new bag of coffee I was drinking. I was learning how to do these astrology diagrams here. What I was reading. All kinds of things. And I collage in them. Sometimes I just get carried away with random stuff on my desk that I've saved, and I just do a collage. So that's the first half of the Avec, and this is the second half, which is still in the cover that I've been using lately. I do love this cover, and I've done all of the astrology months, the retrograde, and once again it's got all kinds in it. I do write quite a lot. Day Aussie died, And yeah, and it just is, you know, it goes on and on and on. But together, so they would have ended up together thinner than last year's because I was trying deliberately to be restrained. So because of that, this year I decided I really missed a cousin. I don't know why. I mean, the two books are the same. And I kind of think now because I'm travelling, I almost wish I had got the Avec. But it's a bit late because I've already got the cousin. But at least it's the beginning of the year, so it will be quite light and it will be quite slimline. So there we go. So this year, so that's all of the journals, I think. Oh no, I've got where's my reading? Oh, my reading journal, this one, which I keep in here. I keep it in here because this used to be the one that I would take around with me if I went anywhere. Like, you know, if I don't go out very much. I'm a bit of a hermit, but when I'm travelling, I'm going to use one of these wallets, and it's going to be my wallet for my weeks. Just a little slimline one that I've got for this year. I've got two to choose from actually, and then I'll just be able to put, like, if I need any money and cards and stuff like that in this little wallet, and everything will be in there. Well, that's the plan. You can even fit your phone in there as well. So I've got a pink and weeks and a brown wallet I really want to put in there because they look so good, especially with the pen. But I'll show you that before I go, hopefully. So this is my reading journal. Now next year I'm going to have this. I've only recently started watching things, and I didn't watch YouTube for ages. I didn't watch many movies or stuff, but I'm now going to use this as not just a reading journal, but a kind of media journal this year. I always get the sneaker weeks for this. I like the sneaker weeks because it fits in here really well if it gets fatter. The others do fit in, but not quite as good as this one. So in my reading journal, I was just literally writing anything about what I was reading. I do this chart at the beginning where I have a colour code for whatever book I'm reading, and then I just put the bar along the bottom, and if I'm reading several books, you know, you get the different colours layered up, and then just a bit of decoration at the end. And then, so all the books I've read are in there, and then in the daily pages, I'll just make comments about books and collage, because as I said, collage keeps me sane, so I just have to do it everywhere. Like, oh, collect beautiful moments. Yes, this is like a little dream reading area. I really like that. And then on it goes. I'm going to move these because they're hampering my ability to move my hands. But this is a pile. I mean, this is a significant stack of writing I've done in that year. And then we've got some pages I haven't filled in. I was drawing the Hobonichi robot in a little gap I found. And then at the back of this one, I've got this section where I have book reviews for 2025. And then I get a little print out of the cover of each book because that helps me to recall the book a bit if I see the cover. And then I just write a quick review of all of the books. Last year I read, I think, 68 books. My goal was 52. That did include a couple of audiobooks, but yeah. So those are all the journals, and I'll show you the tarot one. We'll put those there. Now, these are the notebooks. This one is a traveller's notebook, a vegan traveller's notebook. These covers came from Franklin Christoph. It's just like a Midori cover, but it's not. It's completely vegan, and they're kind of like waxed, like they feel like real waxed canvas, but it's like, I think, bark cloth. So in here, I've been learning Da Vinci Resolve, so I've got a book here of Da Vinci Resolve tips. That's one of my notebooks. I've got one about videography and tips I find about making video, because that was something I was studying this year. And then I've got one about my YouTube channel and ideas and things that I've got for that. Now this one I only actually started, I think, in October, so it's not got a lot in it yet, but that's definitely going to continue into next year. And then these, again, are all just catch-all, what I call catch-all notebooks, that everything that comes into my head, if I don't have the journal, I will put it in here. If I'm watching a YouTube video, before I started that one I just showed you, I would put stuff in here. Things I've written on scraps of paper just get stuck in here. And these are the ones when I kind of use a bit of a bullet journal system. I'm not sure if I did it in this one, but I did in others. So that's an old Moleskine. Then I had this one, which is a Moderno, which in the UK you get from WH Smith, and over in New Zealand, and I don't know if they've got it in Australia, you get Whitcoul's ones, and they're really good. They're very much like Leuchtturm, but a lot cheaper. I don't know if they do hardcover, but I like the softcover ones anyway. So again, that one I started in May. So that is completely full of the same kind of thing. So that's another one that's full up, and I use tabs if I want to record stuff. This is the one I started, this one at the beginning of the year, I think. Yeah, so I started this at the end of December. So this is a Hobonichi notebook. They're really, really good. I love, they've got exactly the same paper as the journals, A5, and you can keep them in the cover with your journal. And currently, I'm using this one, which again, I loved these. These were called Perfectly Penned Journals, and I got them years ago, I think when I was in the UK last, and I wish I'd got more. I didn't get more because they are big and they're quite heavy and they're for travelling, but the paper is beautiful. All my journals have to be fountain pen friendly. So this is when I did that bullet journaling system with the index. I really like that. I like the bit where they carry things over. I can't remember the exact terminology of it all, but I love their way of indexing stuff. So you don't have to know in advance. You can just randomly have different things, but then know where they are from here. And you can have codes and bullet journaling, even if you're not anything like a plan of bullet journal person. There's some aspects of it which I think are fantastic, and one is the indexing and one is the carrying over to the next journal, the things you're carrying over. So yeah, I started this in October. I filled up a lot of books this year. So these are all the notebooks I used last year. Fat pile. That's a lot, huh? And these are all the journals. Again, it's a lot. But I write a lot. Writing is my thing. It's been my thing all my life. My very favourite thing on the planet is writing, stationery. I love pens, I love paper. And I'm using this beautiful, this is the Leonardo Memento Zero Nuvola, the blue version. And it is so gorgeous. I really love this pen. It's like my Delta journal that I made a video of before. That's also an Italian pen. But man, it's beautiful. But I love this pen. I just think it's just so beautiful. It feels so good to hold. Oh, I love it. And then I'm using a TWSBI Eco, which is, I think this is espresso and bronze. This is a really popular colour this year. My daughter, my youngest daughter, who lives with me, is really wearing this colour all the time and loving it. The very stylish, you know, influencing sort of fashionista kiddo, unlike the mother creature. But I do like that pen too. And it's a very nice pen. Now, next we're going to talk about, I'll show you my moon calendar. Oh, and I want to show you, I've got my Christmas candle burning, because I didn't really burn it at Christmas. It was in this room and I had guests in this room. This little dish, my friend Carol, hello my lovely darling Carol, sent me this surprise parcel. Oh, I do wish I was flying to the other end of Canada so we could meet. We met actually online over 20 years ago, and we said then we would meet in real life, and we still haven't managed it. I was still in the UK then. She sent me this beautiful little packet, and she made some handmade ornaments for my Christmas tree, star and snowflakes and baubles. But look, and the dishes, look at this dish. It's so textured. It's just absolutely stunning. I love it so much. I don't know if you can see it there. But I really do adore it. And I got another little square one, which I've got on a candle in my bedroom, and another oval shaped one, which I've got my favourite stones in. But isn't that just gorgeous? I can't believe it. I mean, it was such a beautiful surprise and a gift, you know. And Carol's very, very supportive of me, and you know, like you all have been. And Carol supported me and helped me to get the confidence to start making videos again too. That was a beautiful thing. This is my moon calendar. This hasn't started yet, so I don't feel bad about that I haven't used it. And this is a New Zealand calendar made by a lady called Fiona Ingram. I think Fiona's been doing these for the last, this might be my 6th one. It's either the 5th or the 6th one. So what she does, it's made for New Zealand, so Aotearoa, you know, it's made for us, so we don't have to worry about converting the moon and everything. And the moon is the right way round, because in everything else, the moon is upside down for us, because most people don't understand, don't realise. So what it is, it starts with the new moon. So I didn't realise it actually started in December new moon, but I'm still using my old one. So I am late. 2026, the year of great change, and got a mini grand trine. It tells you lots of different astrological stuff. Like we've got Neptune, Saturn and Uranus settling into their new sign of Aries and Gemini. Pluto's moved into Aquarius. Last year we had like all of the major planets in retrograde for like months. So the big shifts we've got currently are Pluto going into Aquarius, and then we've got Neptune going into Aries, Saturn going into Aries, Uranus into Gemini, Saturn conjunct Neptune. I know we've got Jupiter will be moving on, which I'm very sad about because I want to keep Jupiter in Cancer. The new moon, the next new moon is on the 19th of January. I'll be away then. So that's when I'll start this calendar. And it has an animal related to each month and tells you all of the main moon things. It's brilliant. I love it. It's all recycled, ecologically friendly, eco-friendly ink. I said I get it every year. It's a very local business. It's made in New Zealand on the South Island. I just really enjoy it. That's my calendar. And now, what else? I had, as I said, I've had a lot of things going on. I've had, apart from the storm and the clearing up in the storm and all of the Christmas things and unexpected guests, which was lovely, and not being able to get into the room. And then I had my daughter's birthday just 2 days before Christmas, and then my granddaughter's birthday a few days after, and New Year. And then we had New Year, and then we had the big storm, which was around New Year. And on the day of the day after the storm, well, the storm was all night. I hadn't slept. I was really tired. I mean, lacking sleep anyway because of anxiety about travelling and stuff. I was craving toast. We had a power cut all day, and I was making toast in the flame, and I was holding the fork and the toast over the flame with the fork stuck in it and the knife balancing it. Then I took it out and I spread some peanut butter on it. I always do this when I've finished spreading the whatever I'm spreading on the toast. Before I put the knife into the dishes, I either clean it on the bread or I put it in my mouth and lick it clean. And then I put it into the dishwashing pile. Well, I did that, but the knife was red hot. And I cannot believe that I was so stupid to do that. The blade of the knife, when I put it in my mouth, closed my lips around it, and oh, the agony. I instantly got ice, a big cube of ice, and was sucking on this ice for pretty much the rest of the day. Like, I had a glass with big ice because it all around my mouth got burnt and scarred. I had made plans to make a video for my new YouTube channel, but the power cut stopped me, and then I did not want to make it because I looked like, I mean, you know when people have really, really bad, what do you call it when they have their lips done? Is it Botox or fillers or something? Anyway, when they have that bit done really badly and they show you those cartoons and they look like duck lips, well, I look like that. And it was such agony. So again, I was sleeping like 2 hours a night, if that. I had to continually put Vaseline, olive oil and aloe vera. My friend Aloe Vera here has been so helpful to me. I've got another big one because I was putting that on my skin all the time to heal it. And now, like a week down the line, it is actually a lot better. But for 3 or 4 days, I couldn't drink or eat anything that wasn't like just pretty much skin temperature, which drive me crazy because I really kind of love my tea, even though I've got my Blighty mug, my British mug out at the moment with my Yorkshire. I always drink Yorkshire tea because I'll be there soon. I mean, in 2 weeks' time, I think I'll be about to land in London. In 1 week's time, I'll be in Vancouver. Hopefully, all going well. I will actually arrive in Vancouver, I think 12 hours before I left New Zealand or something crazy like that. So, yeah, I had that injury, and that is, oh my goodness, what an idiot to do something like that. And I've been in a low. I've been in a real low. I'm coming out of it now, which I'm really glad about the wheel, because that shift, that turning. So, on that note, I'm going to say thank you for being here. I've started making short little videos. I want people to see videos I made in the past that are still relevant and find me. What I really want to do is kind of work out where this channel is going and what people want. I don't want it to be all about just tarot. I want to do other stuff too. And because I talk about a lot of stuff, but I think I got stuck in this like niche of it being just about tarot. And as I've said before, I do not use tarot for divination as such or fortune telling. I use it for guidance. I use it like people use a weather thermometer thing, you know? They look at the thermometer and they say, oh, it's going to rain today. I'll take an umbrella with me. I see a tarot card and it might be like the Wheel of Fortune, I'll feel a bit down. I think, well, this is good because that wheel reminds me that things go down, but they'll go up again. You can look at a tree and you can see that the leaves are starting to turn red. So you know that it's going to be autumn soon. The seasons are changing. That might make you think, okay, so today is just a groggy day. It's too hot. It's too much for me. But soon, look, that leaf's turning. It's going to change. It's going to cool down. You see clouds. You see the lenticular clouds piling up like pancakes over the mountain, and you can see them, and you can say, and they've been used forever. You know, when they were using the sky and the things to navigate, long, long before there were other ways of doing it, and they would look at the clouds, and when they pile up over the hill or a big hill in the mountain, you know that it's going to rain. You might see those clouds 2 or 3 days before. You know, there's nothing bad about that. This is helpful. This is supporting us. And that is how I see the tarot. But as I said, I want to talk more. I do want to talk about German. I am going to start another channel, which is going to be more like vloggy, more just chatting a lot about my life and my well-being and embracing who I am, and about other people doing the same. I'll let you know when that gets off the ground. I might even start it when I'm traveling around, who knows. But for now, I want to say I'm wishing you a really happy 2026. I hope you get all of the blessings showered upon you that you can possibly handle and more. And I will thank you again, all of you, and all of the new people who've come along. Thank you so much for being there. Yeah, so 2-3 days from now I'll be leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Okay, love you. Thank you. Bye.